Grand Lake Health Systems welcomes you to this broadcast of high school girls varsity basketball. We're here at BOTKINS High School where the Russia Raiders will take on the BOTKINS Trojans. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Grand Lake Health System, Clopay, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, Sydney All Glaze Audiology, and NKTelco. Thank you to those fine sponsors again allowing us to bring you this game between the Raiders and the Trojans. My name is Jeff Henschen. My partner tonight is Brandon Coverman. We will have this Shelby County Athletic League matchup tonight between two teams that are off to a nice start. They have good records. It's a game here in the Christmas break. Both schools are out of session, if you will. So see how that has a play in this game. But both teams, Brandon, enjoying a good start to their season so far.
Yeah, you look at this matchup, it's about a coin flip here tonight. And, the Shelby County League, always a pretty solid league here. Looking first at the Russia Raiders, they are 5-3 coming off a loss to Tri-Village. They haven't played for a week. They're led by, they've got a couple seniors in Caitlin Monin, Kendall Monin, and Ashley Scott, and also some good players such as Kate Sherman, Cece Borchers, and Reese Goubeau.
And we'll flip it over to the other end of the court, the home team tonight, the BOTKINS Trojans. Again, a nice season for Coach Groves.
Yeah, they haven't lost since December 10th. That was a loss to fellow league rival Fort Laramie, and that's gonna be tough for a lot of teams to beat Fort Laramie this year. But that was their last loss on December 10th. So they haven't lost in almost 3 weeks. They've won a couple games in a row. They're playing really nice under third-year head coach Bill Groves. They're led by their high scorers Carmen Huker, McKenna Maurer. This is a very veteran team. They're very senior and junior laden, and they've been through some experience in the tournament. And they could have a big run come March, and they have a good record starting out. So this should be a good one.
Yeah, a lot of optimism here for both these teams as we finish out the 2020 calendar. And again, I expect a decent matchup with these teams so evenly balanced on paper. And it's going to come down to who performs best on the court. And that's usually what decides the game. So we will take a break here from BOTKINS. When we come back, we'll have our starting lineups, the keys of the game, and the opening tip here on NKTelco Sports.
Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
Clopay Building Products, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road CDLA driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package, is an equal opportunity employer, and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopaydoor.com/careers. Please support the following sponsors: the Russia Inn, Busher's Market, Finishing Touches, Francis Manufacturing, Hoying Service Center, New Bremen Coffee Company, Sassy Sisters Designs, K&M Imports, Modern Ag Supply, Howl of a Good Time Grooming Salon, Goodyear Shoe Service.
Kendall Monin, number 3, the first starter for the Russia Raiders. She is a senior. Kate Sherman, number 4, sophomore.
Number 10, Ella Haney.
Number 10 is Ella Haney, a junior.
Number 14, Reese Goubeau.
14 is Reese Goubeau, a sophomore.
And number 20, Ashley Scott.
20 is Ashley Scott. She's a senior. And Andy Timmerman in his 5th season at Russia leads the Raiders. He's assisted by Jane Goubeau, Bruce Borchers, and Craig Borchers. And now the starting lineups for the BOTKINS Trojans.
Okay, Trojan fans, be loud and be proud and get up. Get on your feet and make some noise for head coach Bill Groves and his BOTKINS Trojans.
First starter for the BOTKINS Trojans will be number 10.
One guard, she's a 5'5" junior, number 13,
Correct, that number 13, Carmen Euchre, a junior, first starter for the Trojans. 10 is McKenna Maurer, a senior.
Starting at third guard position, she's a junior. She's number 24, Boston Paul.
24 is Boston Paul, a junior.
On the forward position, she's a 5'8" senior, number 22, Jill Greavy.
22 is Jill Greavy, a senior.
And last but certainly not least, playing center, she's a junior. She's number 35'8", Aaliyah Johnson.
30 is Aaliyah Johnson, a junior. The 5 starters for head coach Phil Groves. Phil Groves is in her 3rd season as head coach, and he is assisted by Ryan Loy, Dennis McFerrin as assistant coaches. Before the opening tip, let's go through our keys of the game tonight, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza.
And looking at the Russia Raiders here, they want to play aggressive. That's something that Coach Timmerman wants to see out of his team after their loss to Tri-Village last week. And they want to play for 32 minutes, play a complete game. And again, along with going and playing aggressive, playing physical as well.
And for the BOTKINS Trojans?
And for the Trojans, they want to keep the Raiders in the 30s if they can play a good defensive game. Limit the Raiders to 1 shot because they've got a good rebounder on the inside in Kate Sherman. And they want to limit the turnovers.
Thank you to the Keyhole Pizza for those keys of the game, and also the coaches for helping us out tonight. Both of them supplying us their thoughts, their insight to this ball game, and also other information that we will share along with you. Once again, thank you to the Coach Timmerman and Groves for that information. The opening tip does belong to the Raiders, and they have the ball now with a kickball violation. They will reset underneath their own basket and bounce pass. Sherman in trouble, and she will commit the game's first turnover. Yep. Referees for tonight's game include Tony Sweeterman, David Gross, and Tom Middleton, the men in stripes tonight. As BOTKINS, their first possession, they will face a little bit of man-to-man pressure here. Not much, but just enough to let you know that they're around. Carmen Euchre, the leading scorer, as Brandon mentioned earlier, at 13.5 points a game, and can do a lot of things and is ahead of the snake, if you will, for the Trojans. Right now she's running the offense, the perimeter offense so far for the Trojans. Nothing really working on the inside as they begin to weave and exchange positions on the perimeter. And there's a near travel. Looked like the pivot foot almost slipped, and avoiding the turnover was Maurer. She will reset. Maurer, number 10, also in double figures with Euchre at 10 points a game.
It's important for the Raiders to stay in front of the Trojans here. They're running that little weave action.
Shot by Johnson is missed, and there's a held ball, and it will stay with BOTKINS. So call it a team rebound. Another possession here for the Trojans. Their first look, as we've played over a minute and 13 seconds with 6:45 to go. Clock running, first quarter here from BOTKINS Gymnasium, better known as the Coliseum. This is the 102nd meeting all time between these two Shelby County Athletic League foes. The 102nd meeting all time. That information provided by the PA announcer Ryan Gutman, who does a nice job inciting, or I should say announcing the starting lineups, as you saw that as the pregame, and provided that information to us as the kick ball will go off of number 30, Aaliyah Johnson. So each team ran with a turnover. Yeah, played almost 2 minutes.
Yeah, and the thing with BOTKINS, what was good until that turnover, is they're being patient. They're waiting. They milked quite a bit of clock there, so they're going to be really patient here as they set up their half-court trap.
Reese Kubo took it length to length, avoided some double team. The turnover on the Raiders, give it right back to the Trojans.
Good pressure there by BOTKINS, swinging around the trap there, forcing Kubo to the baseline there and causing the turnover.
BOTKINS has 3 girls that have over 20 steals in their 8 games so far this season. Boston Paul, Jill Greavy, and Carmen Euchre. There's a long-distance three-point bomb by McKenna Maurer. Just her second made three-pointer in the season. She's only taken 4, but hit that one in a steal, as I mentioned. Another 3 from Maurer off the mark, no good. And rebounded by the Raiders. They avoid the turnover score, if you will, and go back to work on offense themselves with Sherman. And she is fouled. The game's first foul will go against the Trojans.
I think a key for the Trojans tonight is going to have to be to collapse in on Kate Sherman. The tallest person there on the floor by a pretty good margin there. They're going to have to do a good job of collapsing hard on her, making sure she doesn't have any easy shots there on the block.
Johnson, the junior, with her first foul for the Trojans. Nearly got her second one. You got to be careful wrapping around. It does force another turnover. Carmen Euchre comes away with it. She already had one steal earlier in this quarter and another one kind of there, coming away with another turnover against the Raiders.
Again, they're trying to run that little weave action. The Raiders have to play tight, make sure they're hedging ball screens, make it hard for BOTKINS to get through.
There's a shot by Maurer, kind of stripped away and taken away by Kendall Monin, and off of her leg and out of bounds. Boy, as you're watching that weave offense by BOTKINS, I mentioned Johnson has that personal foul. She could have probably gotten another one on that pick she sets. You cannot move when you go to set a screen. She kind of lunged. It didn't get called, but just something that Coach Groves will not want to see happen for his post player to pick up her second foul early here in the game. 5 minutes left exactly. We played 3 minutes. 3-0 to score. That bucket came. Lone scorer is McKenna Maurer, her second made three-pointer of the season.
Excuse our scoreboard there. It should say 3-0 Trojans right now instead of 3-0 Raiders.
So turnover, as each team has been frivolous. It is giving season with Christmas just a couple days past. Rushi will look to try to get a shot off here. They haven't had many quality looks at the rim.
They haven't even got a shot off yet in 3.5 minutes.
I didn't know if Sherman was able to get one. There's a body call. There's a second foul against Aaliyah Johnson. So quickly they will substitute her, and it looks like Madison Wendell will replace her.
And that's something you're going to have to look at too. We said Kate Sherman is going to be a key to watch tonight for the Raiders. Now you have to take your post player, your tallest player off the floor there early with 2 fouls.
Cece Borch is a 50% free throw shooter on this young season, or I shouldn't say young, 8 games into it. Almost, I guess, look at it, almost halfway there. Each team usually tries to play. This year may be a challenge to get 22 games in, but that is the limit of regular season. So each team is at 8. This is her 9th game, so we are approaching the halfway point. And those 2 free throws by Borchers are good. She averages just over 7 points a game, almost 7.5. And the first points come here as we play nearly a half of a quarter. Shot in the interior by Jill Greavy off the mark. Good ball movement. They moved it down the floor very well without having to dribble, but Greavy's shot just did not find the bottom of the net.
And again, 5 turnovers here for the Raiders early. This BOTKINS pressure is very good here early. Impressed with it. They're up in your grill. They're not making the Raiders comfortable at all. Credit to Coach Groves' team.
There's been a lot of pressure, and that's a dangerous pass. Euchre almost had it. Nice bounce pass as the shot was missed by Goubeau, but it was a beautiful pass. I believe it was by, I think who threw her the pass there, but there's a nice
Ashley Scott there.
Here it was. Yep, Ashley Scott.
Again, the Raiders are going to have a better job getting good ball movement here. Again, BOTKINS is playing so well, not making the Raiders comfortable at all. Again, with them 5 turnovers, it's made a big difference here early on. 1 field goal attempt so far for the Raiders.
Sophie Francis, number 21, with the basketball now, her first appearance, as well as number 12, Caitlin Monin. Entry pass knocked away, stolen right back, is coming up with the ball with Sophie Francis. She's in trouble, and that one is stolen away again. So number of turnovers here in this first 5 minutes, nearly 5 minutes of action. Euchre nearly travels, able to keep the pivot foot planted and avoid the turnover. She'll reset the BOTKINS offense. Number 2, Paul, back to Euchre. Ball on the wrong side of her. Luckily for the Trojans, it wasn't stolen, but both teams have been putting a lot of pressure on each other's offenses, and that's been a very big distraction here. Neither team can really take advantage of getting any overplay or any backdoor cuts.
And again, 10 turnovers between both teams. Great movement on the inside to beat the trap there.
Jill Greavy the bucket, McKenna Maurer the nice pass. So give McGreevy the hoop, give Maurer the assist. There's a steal. We're talking about Euchre being a leading theft on the season. She's had a couple here in a quarter. She scores the bucket there. She had 22 steals coming into the season. She already a couple here tonight, so probably give her 24 for sure. As we've have put some points on the board here as of late for each team. There's a three-point shot off the mark by Monin, rebounded, put back up, and then the bucket by Sophie Francis with the hoop.
And that was big there for the Raiders. They needed something like that. Botkins been getting the momentum. The Raiders have 8 turnovers here so far. Botkins pressure doing really good, forcing the Raiders to make mistakes. Been impressed with the Botkins D so far.
Botkins, it's Wendell able to get over to her teammate, and they go back to work here as Greavy will find Wendell again. A minute and 45 left to go here in this first quarter. Euchre can do most of her damage going to the basket. Wendell's three-point shot off the mark, no good. Rebounded by the Raiders. Borchers, her pass, the elbow jumper for number 40 is put off. Simone Putoff's jumper off the mark. Team rebound goes in favor of the Trojans.
And again, for Botkins, a lot of their offense has been created by their defense here.
Yeah, for sure. Euchre got a scoop and score for one basket, and then they did have a nice entry pass. I believe it was the last time was number 10. Maurer was able to dump it into Greavy, kind of as Rushi was double teaming, able to pass the ball out of it and take advantage of the advantage on numbers. When you double team, someone's going to be open, and they were able to find her. Three-point shot. Mulaney Maurer, the freshman, hits her third triple of the night. That's a second made three-pointer in the game for the Trojans.
And they've been willing to pull that trigger too from the outside. It's been impressive to see. Raiders struggling with that pressure again.
There's a foul. Too much. Boy, they had Rushi in a bind. Boston Paul will pick up her foul, and that's the third on the Trojans.
And again, the Raiders, what Botkins is doing well is they're forcing the Raiders to dribble into dead spots, so to speak, and then pick up their dribble in about the worst place possible. So credit the Botkins defense there, and that's something the Raiders are going to have to limit in Coach Timmerman's squad.
Borchers lost a handle, picked up by Jill Greavy. She will give way to her teammate, number 12, Mulaney Maurer, and then Botkins will reset here just over 35 seconds ago. 10-4 the score, as Botkins has, as Brandon said, forced a lot of turnovers, and they've hit a couple shots here to help open up a 6-point lead. Greavy able to get it back out. Paul's pass into Greavy is blocked out of bounds. Ella Haney, I believe, with the rejection.
That was a nice job to slip to the basket there, but actually was Kate. Yeah, Ella Haney there, my bad.
With the block
there
shot.
to block it, yeah.
Euchre with the 21 seconds. Carmen will come back in. Again, their leading score at 13.5 points a game. Euchre will come back in the final seconds here, and she got a short break. Probably doesn't need much. Gets a lot of minutes for Coach Grove's teams. I'm sure during the game, handles the ball a lot. Under 10, she's got to get moving here. Gets a couple high screens.
Oh, Paul wanted to pull that trigger there.
McKenna Maurer's shot, no good. And after 8 minutes of action, your score, Botkins 10, Rushi 4. You're watching girls high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Welcome back as we see Coach Grove talking to his team there, and his team, Brandon, their defense, if you will, big portion, that made a big impact on that first quarter.
Yeah, I would say the reason is exactly, Jeff, is they're up in this 10-4 lead right now is because their defense has been helping create offense. They forced the Raiders into 9 turnovers, like I just mentioned a little bit ago earlier in our broadcast, is how they forced the Raiders to dribble into dead spots, to be able to pick up their dribble. They forced the pressure, they forced the trap, and they're playing physical. And that's something Coach Timmerman he wanted his team to do that they didn't do in the first quarter. So you got to see that if you're the Raider fan, You want to see them come out, be physical, be more aggressive, take better care of the basketball. And if your Botkins keep at it, be physical, you force the Raiders into 9 turnovers. It's working. Keep it up.
Well, the opening drive, a good start for the Raiders, is taking inbounds pass as Reese Goubeau, averaging just under 6 points a game, took the opening inbounds pass, went to the basket for the 6th Raider point.
And again, the Raiders, you're going to have to get more spacing, more isolation like that. They were very bunched up, which helped cause a lot of their turnovers. That was their best offensive set yet, followed by a good defensive set if you're a Raider fan.
Boston Paul's pass off the mark as her teammate cut to the basket as she felt she was cutting out. A little bit of pressure now, maybe, nope.
And again, you look at this Botkins roster, it's very veteran. A couple of these girls have been around for a couple years, like Carmen Huker, Boston Paul, and McKenna Maurer. So they know what Coach Groves wants, and this team's coming together very nicely.
Kendall Monin to the basket. 2 quick baskets by Coach Timmerman's squad here in the first 50 seconds of the second quarter, and quickly now a 2-point lead. What was a 6-point lead at the end of the break, now a 2-point lead. 3-point shot will hit the top of the brace there as McKenna Maurer's shot on the money, but just a bit short, bounces out of bounds. Team rebound for the Raiders.
Yeah, we've seen her anxious to pull that trigger there. It seems like she's got the green light. Looking at Maurer this season, she's a 33% 3-point shooter, so a pretty solid average. I'd say a little better than average.
Lob pass into Sherman, nearly taken away. 3-point shot by Goubeau, no good. Offensive rebound, nope, it'll go over to the Trojans. I want to clarify something. I made a mistake earlier. Number 2 for Botkins is Camden Paul. She checks in right now. Number 2 is Camden Paul. Number 14 is Madison Wendell. I think I had those names backwards earlier, or said it wrong. So now it's Euchre with the basketball on the court. Or I should say, here comes the double team trap attempt. Euchre able to dribble out.
Nice job by Euchre to get out of that. Displayed some quickness there.
Paul back to Euchre, and there's a held ball. It'll be a turnover. I believe there's Kendall Monin there sticking her hand right on the ball, avoiding the foul, but yet getting some ball contact and forcing the turnover. So good job by Kendall Monin. Nearly a steal by Wendell, and that one is knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Raiders right in front of Botkins' bench here as we have 6:18 left to go until half.
Again, them active Botkins' hands there forcing that deflection. That's why it caused 9 first quarter turnovers for the Raiders.
Goubeau. There's a double dribble. And talk about pressure. Things are not always normal when you have somebody in your face, and it makes it difficult to, hate to say, it makes it difficult sometimes just to think clearly, and that is another turnover. So Botkins will look to attempt to try to score their first points of the quarter. Ball knocked out of bounds by Kate.
Again, Aaliyah Johnson, 2 fouls on the bench here for Botkins, our tallest player on the floor, the one guarding Kate Sherman. Even though the Trojans credit them, they've done a nice job not letting Sherman get any clean touches on the inside.
Euchre had an opening. Raiders able to shut it down. 3-point shot taken by Boston Paul. No good. Offensive rebound, but I believe it was by Wendell, but she gives it up, and out of the mess comes Reese Goubeau. And there's a travel.
Violation, Botkins basketball.
So the turnovers continue to pile up as Ashley Scott there gets called for the traveling violation. So Euchre again working with some pressure right in front of her by Kendall Monin. Wendell triple teamed, finds Euchre, and there's be a setup for an open 3-point shot by Paul off the mark. 3-point shot was missed, and with the rebound, Reese Goubeau. Yeah, you talked about the Botkins defense. They had 3 girls on Euchre, or on the Botkins player trying to defend, so that means someone's going to be open. There's a foul on the Trojans as going to the basket was number 20, Ashley Scott.
Well, credit Scott there. She ripped through there, was aggressive, and could have been what was close to Covey being a potential jump ball. As you look at a winner quality meets replay there, or a foul. She rips through and gets contact there and goes to the line for 2.
Jill Greavy picks up the foul, and again, free throws now here for Scott. They're a little strong off the back plate. 77% free throw shooter on the season is Ashley Scott. She averages just under 8 points a game and 3 rebounds for the 5'8" senior guard. Russia got 2 quick baskets to start the quarter, and no one has scored since. Check that. There's a point there by Ashley Scott. 10-9, so a 5-0 run to start the second quarter by the Raiders. Botkins maintains a 1-point lead.
Again, this is a big possession for Botkins. I think you need to go inside here, get something from one of your guards, slash into the basket. They've shot a lot from the outside here. They haven't scored yet this quarter. I think it's get, you know, Huker or Paul or Mao or one of your better guards, slash into the basket.
Camden Paul needs a receiver, finds Huker. She will take it. Thought she was going to go up, but got cut off, and then the result of the play is a traveling violation. Turnover on the Trojans.
Their 7th of the night.
Borchers back to Francis. Borchers going to have to hustle here. The 10-second count. And here comes a double team, and that went off someone's foot. It went off of Kendall or Camden Paul. You talk about dead spots. Botkins forced Russia right into this spot right here, right across the timeline, right against the edge on. You can't go back, you can't come this way. It's almost like 2 extra defenders, and for the Raiders, fortunately went off of Camden Paul's foot.
It's what my freshman basketball coach always called that, the swamp. Don't dribble into the swamp. So
nearly a steal by Paul. We'll see once there's a whistle. Borchers will get whistled for the foul. So probably another turnover and then a foul on Borchers. Just the Russia Raider first foul, so no one in foul trouble for the Raiders as they pick up just their first foul, and really no one besides Aaliyah Johnson, who has the 2 personal fouls, in any foul trouble. Botkins just with 14 fouls, so not a lot of fouls by either team so far. Camden Paul into number 22, Joel Greavy. That's assist Camden Paul, bucket Joel Greavy.
That's exactly what you want to see. She shoots 45% from 2-point range there, and get one of your guards slash in the basket there, and that's exactly what they did. A nice slip there by Greavy.
So the Raiders, who got a free throw a few possessions ago, will go to work on offense. There's a nice drive to the basket. Missing the shot is Simone Putoff, but she is fouled. And we'll have 2 shots. So Simone Putoff, 5'7" forward. And did a nice. One thing about Coach Timmerman, you look at their roster, they got 9 girls listed here, and all of them score anywhere from like 3 to 9 points. So it's like they get something out of everyone. Once in a while you have a roster where maybe only 3 girls score the majority, but for the Raiders, they're balanced. They do average offensively just under 50 points a game at 48 points a game. Well off that pace right now, just with 10, make it 11, but good free throws there by Putoff. But a number of girls score the basketball for Coach Timmerman.
Yeah, there's never usually really, you're not going to really get any 20-point scores out of the Raiders. It's going to be really balanced across their offensive attack.
And you look at Botkins as well. They got about 8 girls that have scored pretty well this season. There's a 3-point shot there taken by Wendell is no good. Euchre obviously leading the team. There's a turnover. The pass goes through the Raiders' hands, but Euchre leads the squad at 13.5. McKenna Maurer right behind her at 10. And you about 4 or 5 others anywhere from 5 points a game or so, right around that 5-6 mark. So again, balanced team, and the Botkins similarly averaging just around 50 points a game. So both these teams score around 50 a game. 3-point shot by McKenna Maurer off the mark. Backside rebound by CC Borchers. 3 minutes left until halftime. And it's going to be a turnover. Held ball will be a turnover, as Botkins will get credit for that.
Again, 14 Raider turnovers here. That's what's hurting them this half. We're looking at the rebounding disparity. The Raiders got a big advantage rebounding wise, but that's really benefited from the turnovers that have plagued the Raiders this first half.
Yeah, with all the turnovers, not many shot opportunities, and there's a foul. It's going to be the second foul on Number 3, Monin. First foul on Monin.
A little too much hands there. Good call there by the.
She earned a jump ball similarly a few possessions ago that same way, but this time too much arm contact and a block shot by Kate Sherman. Rebounded by the Raiders. And that pass will be just out of the reach and out of bounds of Monin. So a good defensive play on the other end by Kate Sherman, recording her 8th block of the season.
And the Raiders have got to, in their half-court offense, they've got to be a little more patient. The passes being a little wild here these past few possessions for them offensively. Of course, struggling to get it going.
If you get something in transition, at least you don't have to play half-court offense against the defense. Has been giving you a lot of problems. So one way you want to push it, but we've seen them do it tonight and kind of in the end throw the ball away either way, whether it's in transition or in a half court.
It's not really the Raiders' identity, really, to push the ball up the floor.
Euchre had a dribble off of her shoe and a turnover on the Trojans. So kind of a sloppy first half here as Sherman will get it. Kind of an awkward stance, able to maintain her balance. Kendall Monin slashes through, no good. Foul on Kate Sherman. And the ball is stuck in the rim. So we'll see once.
They got the ball stuck in the side. They're gonna have to get some help out there from one of the taller people in the gymnasium.
Job well done by that young man. Looks like a Homan.
I think it's Denton Homan.
Yeah.
I suppose of other varsity players.
A couple of the varsity players up here filming right now. We have Zane Paul and Jacob Plyman up here filming as well for the girls' game.
And they'll be playing the Raiders here tomorrow night. You can catch that game too on playback on NKTelco Sports.
Yeah, Sherman nearly could have got a foul there, kind of going through Joel Greavy. Nothing called. Maintains BOTKINS possession. 3-point shot by Madison Wendell is good.
And that was
a senior on the squad, averages just under 2 points a game. Not a prolific three-point shooter, but that one a big one.
Yeah, she's only shooting 13%, only her second made 3.
Bounce pass Sherman, bucket Scott.
And again, that's only the Raiders' 9th shot attempt. Their turnovers have been really minimizing their attempts at scoring at all.
Wendell feeling it. That one off the right side of the rim, rebounded to Ashley Scott. Scott did the last basket for the Raiders. Ball knocked away. Coach Timmerman hoping for a kick called, does not get it. Euchre pulls up from 14, a little strong off the mark. And that should go to the Raiders, and it does.
Substitution back into the game.
So Ella Haney in for Sherman. And we have 42 seconds to go. A 15-13 lead in favor of BOTKINS. It was 10-4 in favor of the Trojans. So outscoring them this quarter, I should say, the Raiders have outscored them 9-4 or 9-5, 9-5.
Good defense there by Paul, not letting Gubo get around her.
Scott to the basket, off the mark, no good. Rebounded by the Trojans, number 10, McKenna Maurer. We're down to the final 15 seconds here. Again, pressure defense up. Maurer with the ball as we're down to 8-7.
Big possession here for the Trojans.
Maurer's shot looked like it was partially blocked by Haney. Wendell shot at the buzzer, no good. So that will be the end of the first half. And after 2 8-minute quarters of action, it's BOTKINS 15, Russia 13. You're watching girls high school varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Allglaze and Sydney Audiology are committed to providing the most advanced and affordable hearing care solutions.
Did you know that more and more insurances are offering coverage for hearing aids and that we are the most comprehensive provider in the area?
Because we want to serve all in our community, We partner with agencies such as Medicaid, OOD, Sertoma, and most recently the VA, helping our veterans find local solutions to their problems.
Don't leave unused benefits on the table this year. Call us today to see if you qualify.
Thank you to the following sponsors: Brookside Laboratories, east of Chicago Pizza.
Welcome back here to Botkins High School. We're at halftime. The Trojans lead the Raiders 15-13 with your first half stats. Here is Brandon Coverman.
Thanks, Jeff. And just, looking at our stats here, and just a couple things pop out. Again, looking at the Raiders side, 4 of 10 shooting efficiently when they've gotten shots up. 40%, ain't too shabby, 5 of 6 from the line, 12 rebounds, but the glaring stat, 16 turnovers, which have really negated their ability to shoot the ball more often than their counterpart the Trojans have. Looking for the Trojans, 6 of 21. A lot of their shots have come from beyond the arc, 3 of 13 from on there, and haven't attempted a free throw, 5 rebounds. But again, we said Botkins hasn't got many chances to rebound because of the Raiders' turnovers issues. They're at half the Raiders' turnover pace with 8. So again, some things to fix on both sides here. So the Raiders, with them having 16 turnovers, you got to think if you're Coach Timmerman's squad, you're lucky just to be down 1. Two, excuse me.
Yeah, one possession.
Yeah, one possession, yeah.
So yeah, it's it's an awkward game here. The turnovers on Russia limit their ability to shoot the ball, and then Botkins, took a lot of three-pointers. Of course, Aaliyah Johnson picked up 2 fouls early in the game, so she didn't play, I don't think, at all in the second quarter.
No, she was out pretty early.
So, if their middle interior presence, if she's their one to go to that feels most comfortable, she wasn't there. So, sometimes it's hard to do things you're not comfortable to doing, and you tend to do what your tendencies are, and they just weren't able to shoot very well. Botkins does have a 15-13 lead, as we mentioned, and we'll start second half here with the Raiders. Haney will inbounds to Gubo, and that's how we will start the half. And nearly a turnover. Sherman.
They did, yep.
We had called for the travel. Almost thought there, I'll have to watch. I almost thought Botkins maybe was in a zone. Maybe not. We'll watch. Didn't really get a great chance. Not a lot of activity or movement. Man-to-man defense, though, by the Russia Raiders in the blue jerseys. Botkins in the home white uniforms. Passed a little too strong in and out of the hands of number 24, Boston Paul, and that's a turnover as Russia will take advantage of it. And an open look from 15 feet by Gubo, no good. Offensive rebound by Scott, and she will lose it out of bounds. Knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. As the Raiders, here's second chance opportunity following the Gubo 15-footer that she missed. It was a good-looking shot.
It's an out-of-bounds zone here, maybe from Botkins, maybe. Nope.
Stolen by Johnson, so another turnover. Good job by Aaliyah Johnson. Denying the entry pass. Boston Paul with the basketball. Over to Johnson. Remember, she has 2 fouls. Really no one else in any type of foul trouble for either team. She's going to get close to a 5-second call, but able to start to dribble and avoid that violation.
Well, I'd like to see Botkins more on the offensive end, kind of get more of a guard like Carmen Huger slashing into the basket here. Get a little more dribble penetration here from the Trojans.
Greavy looking for Johnson. They find Johnson, and she goes up and in. Nice pass by Greavy. Aaliyah Johnson, who averages just under 5.5 points a game, able to score her first points of the game. Scott, her pass a little too close, but is recovered by Monin. Her shot no good. There's a foul, so Kendall Monin able to recover a loose ball, get a shot off, missed it, and then Kate Sherman picks up the rebound, and she is fouled. And Aaliyah Johnson, just as we talked about, Brandon, quickly picks up her 3rd foul.
And it gives Botkins a little bit more of an inside presence there to score. So the Raiders got on offense, got to do a better job of getting better spacing. They're very tightly bunched, it seems like, in the half-court offense. And they're having a hard time passing the ball. Again, credit to this Botkins defense as well.
Reese Gubo, that was kind of an awkward possession. There are a lot of hands on the basketball and bodies on the ground, and Reese Gubo answers the big 2-point shot. Euchre's 15-footer short and off the mark.
And that's a good look by her. That's something you want to see if you're Coach Grove's team, just couldn't fall.
Haney. Scott for 3. couple bodies are going down here as hopefully they all get up.
Austin Paul a little slow to get up there.
Everyone a little slow to get up, as that last possession there was a lot of congestion, I'll call it, and then Goubeau was able to hit that jump shot. But a lot of bodies that time on the floor, and kind of, like you said, going off the court gingerly is Boston Paul. Borchers. Over to Scott.
Good
Simone
defense by the
Putoff.
Trojans.
And she's going to run herself out of bounds. Simone Putoff, yeah, trap kind of there, driving to the basket, but collapsing, suffocating Trojan defense cause another Raider turnover.
That was great defense there by Jill Greavy there, helped force the turnover.
Camden Paul's entry pass into Greavy, knocked out of bounds. Paul will inbounds the basketball. This is number 2, Camden Paul, a freshman. Into Euchre. Entry pass into Greavy, and she's going to be fouled by, I believe, number 10, Ella Haney.
That foul's called on Rushi, number 10, Ella Haney. That's her first.
There's a timeout on the court, a full timeout, so we'll take a timeout as well. You're watching girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Hello, New Bremen. I'm Matt Everidge with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your cable, telephone, and internet services.
Hey, Minster. This is Nate Henry with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your existing cable TV, internet, and phone service.
Hey, New Knoxville. I am Wesley Meyer at NKTelco. We are here for you and your customer service needs.
Hey, Maria Stein. I'm Ken with NKTelco, and we are here for you with hometown pride.
Please support the following sponsors: Forever Fit, Rachel's Cakes, Speedway Lanes, Balmer Construction, Jewelry Barn, Tom and Jerry's, Western Ohio Mortgage.
Welcome back as Coach Timmerman has taken a timeout here. His first as his team will have the basketball, I would say, defending underneath the basket. And 17-15, it's been a dogfight here. A lot of defensive pressure has created a number of turnovers as Euchre gets it on the baseline, and she will lose a handle, and they will secure it as Camden Paul comes up with it. McKenna Maurer hit a three-pointer to start the game, hasn't scored since. Run down by number 22, Jill Greavy, and here's Euchre, but not able to kind of finish the attempt as she's cut off. And again, we'll reset here as Euchre, the leading scorer in the season for the Trojans, has just the 2 points on the night.
And Bakken's going to weave and be patient in this offense.
Good anticipation by CC Borchers, and her shot, her layup off the mark, and it goes off of her hand, I believe, anyways, on the rebound. So Borchers, a nice steal, can't convert on the other end, but again, there the defense, in this case Borchers, moving towards the ball. I think it was Euchre was kind of caught standing waiting for it, and that's a dangerous pass cross court. And
yeah,
unfortunately for Borchers, she couldn't capitalize. Good switching defense up top by the Raiders. Man-to-man defense by Rushi here as they will switch up top and almost create, and they will keep the held ball possession, will stay with Botkins, so no turnover.
And again, if you want to give credit to the Raiders on anything offensive or defensively, excuse me, is that they haven't let Carmen Huger, the lead scorer, get many touches or get very many open looks. She averages 13 points a game, only at 2 right now.
Her touches have been well contested.
Yes.
Nothing, like I said, going to the basket. It's always been on the perimeter, and they've been able to switch and kind of cut her down. Good job there by Kendall Monin, sliding in the passing lane on the baseline, getting in a steal. Monin will from 15, her shot blocked. I believe it was blocked. The up court pass and layup. Boston Paul for the basket. We'll stay right here with a 30-second timeout being called. I want to remind everyone that our keys of the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza tonight. Our scoreboard sponsor is brought to you by First National Bank. Our Player of the Game award is being brought to you by NKTelco Sports. We want to thank also these sponsors on this Grand Lake Health Systems presentation of high school basketball. They include Clopay, Winners Meats, and Sydney All Glaze Audiology, the other sponsors in this Shelby County Athletic League girls battle tonight. The score 19-15 in favor of Botkins. Last transition there, last effort there by the Raiders. I believe it was a blocked shot. Euchre got the rebound and had a nice pass up the court for the basket for number 24. I believe it was Boston Paul.
And that's what I believe has been Botkins' really best defense, is then they've been able to create and get out in transition. That has been, I think, when they've been most effectively scoring the basketball.
And I believe, again, it is a zone half-court trap. It results in a turnover. Stepping in the passing lane is number 22 for the Trojans, Jill Greavy, getting yet another steal. And there's a turnover on the Raiders, and then a foul. I'm sorry. Yeah, Madison Wendell picks up the foul. Another turnover for the Trojans. So again, the turnovers keep piling up here.
And again, my bad. There's really the difference is there's been a lot of sloppy play, turnovers here. And it's been low scoring. Who can get on a run here, like a 6-8 point run here, I think, really going to change the tide and momentum if one team can do that.
Nearly a 5-second count. Instead, it'll be a timeout by the Raiders. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here one more time. Give me a chance here to talk about our coaches just a little bit. There's you see Coach Andy Timmerman. Andy graduated from New Bremen High School in 2010 and the Wright State University in 2015. And he's in his 6th year teaching math at Russia. I mentioned earlier he's in his 5th season as her girls head basketball coach, and his wife Kate of 5 years. They have 2 daughters, Maggie, who is 3, and Clara, who is 1-year-old. And again, he's the head coach of the Russia Raiders. His team right now trails by 4. Coach Groves on the other side. He's in his 3rd season. He's a Fairlawn graduate of 2003 and got his Master's of Education at Wright State in 2008. He's a junior high science and high school chemistry teacher here in Botkins. His wife, Erin, has been married 10 years. He has a son, Preston, who's 9, and 4 daughters, Carly, McKinley, Morgan, and Kennedy, ages 8, 6, 3, and 2. So a busy household for Coach Groves with the 5 kids, and Coach Timmerman with his 2 young girls as they teams battle tonight. A turnover by the Trojans and a nice move and finish. Jill Greavy. Nice finish for Jill Greavy. Another turnover. This time Madison Wendell will step in the passing lane, and she will get fouled.
22 turnovers now for the Raiders tonight here. It's a lot of frustration here for the Raiders trying to get anything going offensively. Botkins very active hands on the defensive end.
There you saw the nice finish. The last turnover that the Trojans were able to capitalize on and score. Again, pretty tight defense on Euchre. She did a nice job maintaining possession.
Again, they called a hand check foul there on Kendall Monin, I believe.
Okay, yeah, foul number 3. I never saw the closed fist. I was wondering what the call was.
Yeah.
But it was a foul then on Kendall Monin, her 2nd. And there maybe was. I just missed it as Botkins will re-trigger on the sideline. Long pass intended for number 10, McKenna Maurer, just out of the reach, and the ball should come back here just under us. Take that back. It'll be where the ball went out of bounds. Never for sure when those violations like there, I didn't think anyone touched it, but it goes where it went out on a dead ball. I'm not real sure how that always works, but under 3 minutes to go here, 3rd quarter. Borchers steps in for a 10-footer, no good. Rebounded by Jill Greavy. Euchre. They're passed over to Wendell. Back to Greavy as a man-to-man defense by the Raiders. Tough shot going against her body for Greavy. Rebounded by Borchers. Her pass up to Sherman, stolen by Greavy, and another opportunity here for the Trojans. 15-footer by Wendell, no good. And again, bodies are on the ground. as there was a collision with Borchers and also Wendell, I believe, or is that Scott or Boston Paul?
It might be Paul again.
Yeah. Borchers and her collided. Yeah, she went out gingerly a few plays ago. You're right. So she's had a tough third quarter and kind of a, there's been some contact. People run into each other and kind of, I won't say wild, just little out of rhythm right now. Nothing really in sync with all the turnovers. Long story short, the ball will go over to the Raiders.
I feel like this is a key possession for the Raiders here. They're down 6, haven't been able to get much offensively to go here through the first 2.5 quarters here, really. And, you get down 8, it just seems like a number that's going to be harder to climb back from when it's been struggling offensively.
Open look for Borchers. I believe number 12 threw the pass, Caitlin Monin. I believe Monin was the one that saw Borchers, and boy, they'd been a while since Russia had scored, just a 4th point of the quarter. Johnson, who hasn't played a lot, is fouled by Monin.
So big response.
Yeah, it would be. It would have been a big possession for the Raiders to get an empty possession defensively, but here Johnson's going to have a chance to score. Her first free throw is good. Johnson, 50% free throw shooter coming into the game, 9 of 18.
In their first free throw attempt for the Trojans tonight. The Raiders attempted 6 in the first half.
Second free throw off the mark as Sherman extends to pull down the missed shot. 22-17 with 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Monin in trouble, double team. They find Borchers, and right idea, but Carmen Euchre in the right place there to take away the pass to Borchers, to Goubeau. So another turnover. Good job by Euchre.
Good cut.
Her shot blocked by Sherman. Nice defensive play by number 4, Kate Sherman, with a block shot, rebounded by the Raiders. 3-point bucket or shot there by Monin off the mark, will go out of bounds, and the Trojans will have it with 1:11 to go in the third quarter. It's 15-13 at halftime in favor of BOTKINS. So they've scored 7-4, have outscored the Raiders 7-4 here in the third quarter. Carmen Euchre being guarded by number 5, Cece Borchers.
BOTKINS hasn't got only 7 shot attempts this quarter, 3 of 7. Again, just haven't got off many shot attempts.
Nice percentage. McKenna Maurer no good. Rebounded by Borchers. Under a minute to go. Pressure defense here by the Trojans. Again, they have been very aggressive. They're going to get a near 10-second count here. They get it across, avoid the turnover. Haney up to Goubeau. 3-point shot, no good. Borchers with the rebound. Another look here for the Raiders. Second chance opportunity. Haney cut off, nice pass. Caitlin Monin with the bucket.
Boy, and that's moving without the ball there. If you're Caitlin Monin, again, right there, that's always what you're told to do, is to, when you don't have the ball, move. And that's exactly what Caitlin Monin did there.
I always thought it was harder to guard people that are moving than those that are standing still.
Exactly.
Camden Paul, 3-pointer, no good. Under 5 seconds to go. Pass up the court, stolen by Euchre. Her desperation heave will be short. And that is the third quarter buzzer. And after 3 quarters of action, it is BOTKINS 22, Russia 19. We'll be back for the fourth quarter here on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Thank you to the following sponsors: Cargill, Victory Machine, Hometown Opportunity, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Wagner's IGA, Hulsman Automotive.
Welcome back to the beginning of the fourth quarter here from Botkins. I'm Jeff Henson. Alongside me tonight is Brandon Coverman, and we hope you're enjoying this telecast. It's been an offensive struggle here tonight with just a 22 points for Botkins and the 19 for Russia, but defense has definitely caused a problem with each other's offensive possessions.
Yeah, and I would say, you know, the Raiders have 23 turnovers, and Botkins has done a fantastic job getting their hands, being active, forcing the Raiders into bad choices. Credit Coach Grove's team are doing a great job of that. Botkins has 13 turnovers, so quite a bit less than the Raiders. Obviously, giving them more shot attempts and giving them the lead. That's been the key, I believe, is the Botkins half-court defense, giving them this lead here so far.
Sophie Francis, shot missed, rebounded back to Francis. And the Raiders will kind of reset here. Ella Haney, the elbow jumper, just off the mark, rebounded by the Raiders. They'll have now their third somewhat shot attempt here in this possession. Haney, baseline jumper is buried. Good pull-up jump shot by 5'11" junior Ella Haney. She averages just under 7 points a game. That's her first 2 of the evening. And now just a 1-point Botkins Trojan lead here, 22-21.
And the Raiders' biggest run here, 4-0. Critical possession here for the Trojans. They've responded when the Raiders have gotten close.
Shot taken by number 22, Jill Greavy, not good, off the mark. Here come the Raiders, a chance to take the lead. It's been a while since they had held a lead.
They have not held the lead all game.
That'd be a while, as Haney, nearly a 3-second, will be able to get out before it's called. Raiders will kind of bring it back up top here with Kendall Monin. Sophie Francis over to number 40, Simone Putoff. And they swing it all the way around back to Monin now on the left side.
Again, the Raiders, when they've been successful offensively, they've been moving. Even people without the basketball, that's what they've got to try to do here. And again, Botkins having them active hands, making it hard for them to score offensively.
Haney hit the last shot for the Raiders. That one off the mark. It'll be knocked out of bounds off of Caitlin Monin. So it will go to the Trojans.
Monin probably got away with the foul there too.
More times than not, yes. I mean, at least they gave the ball. Yeah, if you're not going to call the foul, at least give the rebound to the Trojans in this case. It looked like maybe she would have made contact from behind the Botkins rebounder, but
Also in for Russia, number 4, Kate Sherman.
the ball belongs to the Trojans.
We said kind of tonight, even though it's been a low-scoring game, the lead scorer is kind of on both sides. You know, you look for the Carmen Huker, kind of been quiet for Botkins. Kate Sherman been quiet for the Raiders as well. So kind of the lead score has been contained by both teams tonight.
Euchre continues to make things happen. Assist Carmen Euchre, basket Aaliyah Johnson. She was scoreless at half. Now Johnson with 5 points here in the second half, and back to a 3-point lead for the Trojans.
And again, as I say, as there's an illegal screen there, as to say, Euchre hasn't been scoring much. She created there, and the penetration, slashing, and Johnson the beneficiary there.
And one nice thing about Euchre, you can't tell by looking at her that she hasn't scored much. Her facial, you know, she's contained composure very well, still making things happen. I mean, you still at any time, I think she can make things slicing, like I said, to the basket, can create shots that most people can't. Johnson is fouled going to the basket. Again, good ball movement and good passing, and Johnson cut to the basket and got a nice pass from a teammate, results in a foul. Watch the replay here.
Again, looking at our winner quality meets replay there. Botkins has done a nice job these last 2 offensive possessions of spreading the Raiders out, getting more one-on-one matchups, making good passes on the block to Johnson here as she goes to the line.
That one off the back iron, as a pass to her was by Boston Paul, who had the nice pass as the defense for Russia could not rotate over quick enough. Free throw here would give Johnson her 6th point of the night, and it does, and it also gives her team a 4-point lead. Sophie Francis, junior guard, brings it up, and it is a zone defense. I mentioned that earlier, that Botkins playing zone. Turnaround shot, tough shot, but made by Simone Putoff, 5'7" sophomore. The tough shot, no bankboard use there, and able to splash it home.
Good tough basket there by Putoff there, 4 points for her.
2-point lead for the Trojans. Euchre, again, being guarded tightly by the Raiders. Camden Paul finds Euchre. We approach now the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. There she goes. Her shot was altered by Sherman. She had to kind of go left-handed, left it short. Borchers in transition goes to the basket, no good. Offensive rebound and bucket. Simone put off. Is that back-to-back buckets for
Yes,
Putoff?
and there are a couple tough baskets there. That's kind of Putoff's MO there, is to be kind of the tough girl for the Lady Raiders. Again, I like that last play by Huker. Keep cutting, keep driving. She's their best offensive weapon. Just keep at it if you're her.
Nice idea. Good job closing defensively. Kendall Monin, as Paul, I think, has found Johnson, but it's a nice job by Kendall Monin slashing down and knocking the ball out of bounds, saving a high percentage opportunity for the Trojans. 4:26 left. First tie we've had in a while, probably since the game started. According to Brandon Wright, Botkins has led throughout, right?
Yeah, and I believe the Trojans have led wire to wire here. This is the first tie we've had, I believe, since it was 0-0. So it was 7-2 pretty early for the Trojans. I believe they have been leading the whole game.
Borchers commits the foul. That's the 6th team foul against Russia. So the next foul by them will be free throws for the Trojans. Botkins has committed just 2 team fouls here in the second half.
Again, that's going to be a key number to look at here going down this last half.
Especially, you know, depending on who has the lead late in the game. Botkins, if they need to foul, they're going to do a bunch of it. But right now things tied up as McKenna Maurer will launch a triple, no good. Off of the hands of Haney, but back into the hands of Euchre. Her pull-up 3, no good. Couple looks here, 3-point shots by the Trojans. They come up empty. Hustling the ball down the court is Goubeau. Goubeau cut off going to the baseline and gets a break there as it's thrown off of the foot of Jill Greavy.
And again, Botkins doing the textbook things, kind of like what you would call the shell defense type thing, moving over when you need to, forcing the Raiders to the baseline. Botkins doing the little things very good, forcing the Raiders to make poor decisions like that, going to the baseline. If you're Coach Timmerman's squad, you cannot drive the ball to the baseline like that and just pick up your dribble.
Oh, this is dangerous. The scoop and the score potentially by Boston Paul, and she does that. Coach Groves will call a timeout. His team with a 2-point lead, 27-25, with 3:37 to go in the fourth quarter. You're watching girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Grand Lake Foot and Ankle Center offers a family-friendly environment with a personalized approach to reduce pain, restore function, and improve mobility. Dr. Christopher Stuckey specializes in reconstructive foot and ankle surgery, diabetic foot care, trauma including fractures and sports injuries, along with bunions, hammer toes, and ingrown toenails. Grand Lake Foot and Ankle Center has offices located in St. Mary's and Salina. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-394-8664.
Welcome back here to Botkins as we have a timeout on the court with the Trojans on top, 27-25. Boston Paul, what a possession she just had. Stole the inbounds pass of a high arcing pass in the baseline going to the top of the key. She was able to poke it away, come away with it, and really go uncontested down for the Botkins bucket to score her 4th point of the night. But you know, it's been a battle. Not a lot of offense here. We have less than half of a quarter to play, 3 minutes, 37 seconds to go. And it's just been a struggle here offensively. Both teams defensively have been in each other's face, and it's really caused a lot of frustrations trying to run the offense.
Yeah, it's been a close matchup. I mean, the whole night, kind of what most people have wanted there. But it's been kind of sloppy both sides here, and that was a good turnover there that Botkins capitalized a bit ago.
Borcher's shot no good. Haney's shot no good. Boy, they survived the jump attack, if you will, the half-court trap by the Trojans. Got a good pass down to Borchers.
Big possession here.
But the Raiders come up empty.
Big possession with the offensive struggles we've seen tonight.
Euchre for 3. Funk, count it. Good shooters, good scorers find a way to make things happen.
Exactly.
Shot a little long, but kept it on line. It landed like on the plate. It drops in for her first triple of the night, her 5th point of the evening, and a 5-point Botkins lead as Borcher's number 5 is fouled by, of course, on Johnson.
Yeah, and that's just, you know, the tail of the rim right there. The Raiders get one that rims out right there, and then Huger gets a little assist from the backboard there. So it's kind of the way
Take a look at it here. There's Euchre's shot right on, just kind of hit that plate and just kind of wedged itself in there. That stopped the ball. And yeah, the possession before, Borcher's shot couldn't go down.
Yeah, so, and you know, that's a big three right there. If you're Botkins, man, a 5-point possession and what a game's been an offensive struggle there. That's huge. So we'll see how that kind of changes how the Raiders want to go offensively and how the Trojans want to go offensively too with the game winding down.
Botkins stays in their zone defense. Last time after a timeout, they came out with a quick, real trap approach. Right now, it's just basically laid back, if you will. No trapping going on right here in this particular possession. 30-25 with 2:25 to go. 3-point shot buried by Ashley Scott.
Tell you what, I've watched Ashley Scott play a lot, and that's her type of shot, that cross-court pass kind of right there from the wing area. That's when she's most successful shooting-wise.
I believe that's her second 3-point basket of the game. There's a foul on Ruschi. Free throws coming up for the Trojans. Number 22, Jill Greavy.
And Greavy is 3 of 9 from the charity stripe here, so big for the junior here. Again, this is a very junior-laden team. Again, but a very veteran team for being juniors. They've played a lot of varsity under Coach Groves, and a big shot there by Greavy.
As a team, the Trojans shoot just above 52% from the free throw line here in their first 8 games of the season. They'll be in a bonus throughout the remainder of the game. And Greavy will make both of them. Big free throws for senior Jill Greavy. 4-point lead. And now a little more of a 3-quarter trap. Haney gets up to Borchers. Good job there by Haney with a nice pass. The Raiders not able to do much, but they'll have to settle for a 3-point shot, no good. And on the backside or the offensive rebound, job well done. It'll be a foul.
That's her third and team's fourth.
There's the distance, or the long 3-pointer, and Borchers. Wouldn't it be number 5? I thought, yeah, it should be Borchers.
Yep, it is. She's just tying her shoes.
Yep.
Yeah, this is big. Big right here. If you're Borchers, need to get it back within at least a possession here if you want to threaten here.
Borchers, a 5'8" sophomore, hits the free throw for her 5th point tonight for number 5. 3-point game with 1:46 left. Borchers connects on both. So good job by her. That offensive rebound, remember, she was in a position to secure the offensive rebound, and second chance points there for the Raiders with 2-point lead. Nearly over and back, and I always don't like it when they hover around that timeline.
Again, if
she actually was in the front court and landed in the back court, but
if you're Botkins, you can be aggressive here because the Raiders have to kind of play off a little bit because you're in the bonus. So that's big.
3-point shot by Boston Paul, no good. Offensive rebound by Johnson, but she lands on the out-of-bounds line, so that will give the turnover back to the Raiders.
And again, you know, if you're Botkins, be aggressive. You're in the bonus with the lead. The Raiders have to play a little softer, so you can probably take advantage of that if you're Coach Grove's squad.
Here comes appears to be like a trap, but the Raiders able to avoid it. Ashley Scott, 3-point shot, no good. Borchers will run it down,
and she's on the line.
Yep. She did a nice job of positioning herself. She anticipated the shot from Scott, had good positioning. The rebound just carried too long. And the second chance, if you will be nullified with a turnover. You see here, just not able to run it down or ran out of real estate.
That was the Raiders' chance at getting what could have been their first lead of the game there. Big difference. Raiders got to be smart here. You don't want to foul in the backcourt.
Uecker, wow, what a tough job getting through the traffic, and then the overhead pass gets stolen away. Turnover, Botkins. Another chance here now for the Raiders to take their first lead, and before that, Coach Timmerman will take a 30-second timeout. Remind everyone that our sponsors for this Grand Lake Health Systems presentation include Clopay, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, Sydney All Glaze Audiology, and NKTelco. We also want to remind everyone that you can follow WCSM AM 1350, also 96.7 FM, and also their internet exclusive games on their website, WCSMradio.com, all season. For your sports leader in Mercer and All Glaze counties, tune into WCSM. And right now here we've got another battle here. The Raiders with possession. Coach Timmerman has taken a timeout. He wants to make sure everyone understands what's going on. We have under a minute to play here. 51 seconds left in the contest. It'll be their basketball.
And again, they're going to have it out under their own basket. Generally,
I thought it was on the
actual side, my bad. So trying to set something up here, probably try to get a high percentage shot here on the block for the Raiders.
Gubo, the sophomore guard, running the offense is Ashley Scott. Senior hit a big three-pointer a couple possessions
by the
ago.
Trojans.
Put off shot, no good. Rebounded by Carmen Euchre. We'll see once if Rushi will foul now or maybe try to play some defense and create a turnover. Coach Groves will take a timeout. It's a 30, I think he called it. It is a 30.
That's their second and final 30-second timeout.
So they're out of 30 timeouts as well. So Coach Groves, his squad again here, up 2. We'll expect Rushi to probably play defense for a short period of time, try to get a steal, but at some point you think they're going to have to foul Brandon, put the Trojans on the line.
Yeah, that's the thing here. If you're BOTKINS, I think you can milk a little clock here, but the Raiders do have time. They want to try to play defense to play a steal. Obviously, your fouls is going to put the Trojans in the bonus here, and the Raiders, you got to play aggressive. You got to play for the ball if you're Rushi here, but BOTKINS can benefit off that from getting the foul, and then again, it comes down to free throw shooting like all close games do. So we'll see what happens here again. So, I mean, just looking at a couple of the free throw shooters, I mean, Boston Paul is 4 of 4, and Leah Johnson came in this game 9 of 18. Carmen Euchre, their top leader, that's shot a good chunk of them at 68%. So maybe Euchre get the ball here. If you need someone to make free throws in a clutch situation, she might be the girl that they got to go to.
32.6 seconds left, a 2-point lead for the Trojans. Johnson with the basketball, and Rushi tried to get her fouled right away, but Johnson will get rid of the basketball. Instead, it'll be Boston Paul that will be fouled.
And Boston Paul hasn't missed one yet this year either, but only 4 attempts for her in 8 games.
Picking up the foul for Rushi, Kendall Monin, her 4th foul. She checks out as offensive girls come in for the defensive unit. Paul, 4 for 4 in the season. Make her 5 for 5. A couple friendly hops here for the home team under home rims. We saw Euchre's three-pointer stick and drop in, and that one bounces nicely for Boston Paul.
Yeah, and again, that's sometimes what you need right there. A little home assist is like what I like to say.
29 seconds left, plenty of time yet as Gubo brings it up the court. And she's going to be fouled. Not really a big deal because that's just a 5th team foul now against BOTKINS. So they can do that another time.
Yeah, and I wouldn't blame them. If I'm Coach Groves, I'm saying aggressive defense here. You got one more foul to give. If you want to force a trap turnover, the Raiders got to score twice here.
Boston Paul, though, may be careful here. Boston Paul picks up her 4th foul. Entry pass into Scott, over to Borchers.
Raiders got to get something quick.
Gubo don't need a 3 now. They just need to get a quick score. Although time running down, and Coach Timmerman will take a 30-second timeout. Take that back. It'll be a full timeout. So we'll take a break, come back here with the final 14 seconds on NKTelco Sports.
For over 150 years, Cargill has been helping people be successful worldwide. Cargill has always done business responsibly and in a way that makes us proud. Whether it is educating farmers in India or providing bikes to students with perfect attendance right here at home, Cargill is helping people thrive. The Sydney plant is just one piece of a global company that provides employment for hundreds of thousands, food for the world, and support for thousands of businesses. Be a part of something great at cargill.com.
Thank you to the following sponsors: Precision Strip, Carriage Works, Cy Schwederman, Minster Bank, Home and Interiors, New Knoxville Supply Company, Hokie Lumber.
Welcome back here as we're winding down the final few seconds. A 4-point lead right now for BOTKINS Rushi basketball. Brandon Raiders have got to score quick. I think they have a timeout left, so if they can score quick, get a timeout, then obviously try for the steal or quick foul. But first things first, they've got to score.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. You got to do it quick. It's 14.2 seconds. You don't have time to wait. You got to get a set going here really fast, maybe a screen, something quick to the basket if you're here, if you're Russia, because this is your last chance right here.
Scott over to Borchers. Her three-pointer knocked away or blocked by Euchre. Block shot there as Reese Gubot's three-pointer was blocked by Euchre. And again, Euchre hasn't maybe scored like we used to see her score, but she's done a lot of other things well tonight for the Trojans.
Yeah, and again there, that was kind of just a broken play for the Raiders, but credit Carmen Euchre, their great job to read that kind of play. Looked like they maybe try to set a little screen or kind of put Gubo in there in the corner, who shoots the three at a very decent clip.
That one off the mark. Gubo tried to run it down. Aaron shot there and the buzzer, and there's your final score in the Hall Start Shelby County Athletic League game. Botkins 34, Russia 30. They hold on and earn a big Shelby County Athletic League victory. So we'll take a break, come back and wrap things up here from Botkins on NKTelco Sports.
Clopay Building Products, America's favorite garage door, is now hiring for all manufacturing and over-the-road CDLA driving positions. Clopay is the largest residential garage door manufacturer in North America, and we are continuing to grow. Join our team and work in a safe, clean, modern environment. Clopay offers a great benefits package, is an equal opportunity employer, and a drug-free work environment. Imagine the possibilities when you open the door to your career at clopaydoor.com/careers.
Hey Minster, this is Nate Henry with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your existing cable TV, internet, and phone service.
Hey Botkins, I'm Brett Gershner with NKTelco, and we are here for you and to help you operate your business network.
Hey Maria Stein, I'm Ken with NKTelco, and we are here for you with hometown pride.
Hi Rishi, I'm Tim Metzger, and we are here for you for your installation of your telephone, cable TV, and internet.
Contact NKTelco at 1-888-NKTelco.
Today's game is being brought to you by Grand Lake Health, Clopay Building Products, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, Sidney Uglaze Audiology, NKTelco.
Welcome back to the Coliseum here at Botkins High School, where the Trojans have held on and defeated the Raiders 34-30 with their final game stats. Here is Brandon.
Thanks, Jeff. And stats really tell you the story here tonight. Again, for the Raiders, 11-31 shooting, 1 of 12 from beyond the arc. A lot of those threes coming in the second half. Shot very well from the line, 7 of 8, 28 rebounds, but the big number, 26 turnovers, which just plagued the Raiders here in their what they wanted to do tonight. Looking on the flip side for the victorious Trojans, 12 of 32, 4 of 19 from beyond the arc. They kind of abandoned that three-point shot a little bit in the second half. Very well from the line, 75%, 14 rebounds. A lot of those rebounds, they only 14. You'd think they have half as the Raiders. Well, a lot of that was because of their great defense, forcing the Raiders into a lot of turnovers there, causing the Raiders 26 turnovers, so credit to them. 15 turnovers, so it's doable there for Coach Grove's squad. So it was a good game, and congratulations to the Trojans.
Yeah, one of his comments were for Coach Groves is you'll see when he pop up the scoring. Not a lot of scoring throughout the game, just 34 points and 30 for Russia. But one of the keys of the game that Coach Groves talked about, I believe, is he wanted to keep it in the 30s.
Yeah.
Defensively, and he almost kept them in the 20s. So defensively, his team did very well, and they really made it difficult for Russia to really get any offense generated consistently, and that's kind of makes it difficult when you're no rhythm offensively.
Yeah, and that's the thing that Botkins did. 26 forced turnovers there, and you said one of the keys was to keep the Raiders in the 30s from Coach Grove, and Botkins did a great job of that. Active hands. They forced 11 more turnovers. That's a substantial margin. You have 11 more possessions than the Raiders did probably. That's huge, and that's going to result in a very big factor into you winning the game, and that's why it's a 4-point margin. You're thinking, well, if you don't create those 11 more turnovers, do we win the game? I don't know.
Yeah, a close game like this, you hard telling.
Yeah,
yep, it
exactly.
was a physical game is what we anticipated. There was a lot of banging going on tonight, and both teams gave it their best effort, and as a result of that, we're going to announce our player of the game tonight, and that award is going to go to Botkins number 22 forward, Jill Greavy. She finishes the game with 8 points. That led her team and the game high honors if you want to score 8 points. Congratulations to Jill Greavy, number 22, for the Player of the Game award. And that'll wrap things up here from Botkins. I want to remind everyone this Grand Lake Health Systems presentation was brought to you by Clopay. First National Bank was our scoreboard sponsor. Keyhole Pizza brought you our keys of the game. Winners Meats provided you our replays. Sydney All Glaze Audiology, and also NKTelco, and they provided you the Player of the Game award. For our camera operators tonight, Jacob Johns, Mark Thistle, Kurt Kuffner. For the production staff tonight, Scott Robinson, the director. He was assisted by Bryce Hamrick. For my counterpart tonight, Brandon Coverman, my name is Jeff Henshin. We hope that you enjoyed this telecast. Once again, your final score, Botkins 34, Russia 30. Thanks for watching here on NKTelco Sports.